to bring this across the country so other science centers will do their mobile labs also. So we're excited that it's here. And if you notice outside, they have wonderful artwork. It's the artwork done by two gentlemen from the Bronx, and it's part of the creative process that we all do in the science and technology centers. So you will have a computer-controlled design machine lab right outside, and we're so excited. Now inside this particular Sci-Tech, we are creating our own STEM environment for preschool and kindergarten age children. And all of the visitors that come here have over 200 hands-on experiments. So we offer you to stay today and experience what we offer because we're excited here. Now, science, technology, engineering, and math all mean they're states of methodical knowledge with a purpose. And our purpose in the city of Aurora is to bring STEM knowledge to all ages at all times in our university, colleges, and programs. And we are a city truly second to none. And it is my pleasure to introduce our one-of-a-kind mayor, who, if you know Mr. Honorable Tom Weisner, he is the reason our city shines with so much success. So, Mr. Thomas J. Weisner.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm going to get this organized if I can, because Arlene's just a tad smaller than I am. Here we go. I want to welcome you all to the city of Aurora, city second to none, and a city where the sun always shines. And indeed, it is shining right now as we speak. It's simply behind the clouds. That's all. And pretty soon it'll be out. The United States, for the last 125 to 150 years, has led the world economy because it has truly been the nation of innovation. And as we head into the years in front of us, in order to sustain and maintain that position in the world economy, it's important that we realize that we are in a competitive economy. And our competitors across the world, their distinct advantages in low labor costs for the most part. And for us to remain competitive, for us to remain in the forefront of the world economy means we have to remain the nation of innovation. And in order to do that, we have with us today our congressman whose vision has been one that I think realizes exactly what's required in this country. It's kind of great to have a scientist in Congress instead of, how should I say, the normal fare. Someone who's thinking to the future, someone who's thinking about what we need to become, sustain ourselves as leaders worldwide. And so I thank you, Congressman Foster, for seeing the bigger vision and for introducing the National Fab Lab Network of 2013 just a few months ago. Your experience and passion are having an effect locally and nationally, and we appreciate your work. Aurora is committed to investing in the next generation of innovators, entrepreneurs, and global leaders. The Fab Lab will help us to continue to inspire and empower both the small children you saw here, all the way up to adulthood through continuous learning. The Fab Lab's tour is a great complement to the city's Cradle to Careers initiative that aims to prepare our youngest children for the future marketplace as early as preschool and elementary school. Sci-Tech is not only an amazing hands-on museum, it is also home to the area's STEM preschool. Congratulations to Arlene Hawks for leading that charge. We appreciate that so much, and it is the way of the future. 10 years ago, not quite that long, 10 days ago, Congressman Foster and I were at Aurora University. It just seems like that. It's been a busy week. We were at Aurora University with Governor Quinn as he announced a $3.5 million grant to help build the STEM Partnership School on the campus of Aurora University. Another integral piece to the Cradle to Careers pipeline that we're building here in Aurora. Dr. Sherry Eagle is here representing Aurora University, and let me congratulate her on her long and fruitful effort. It's been hard work, but it's been a great result. And last week, we were at Waubonsee Community College's downtown campus, where we held the Construction Careers Expo in conjunction with the Illinois Tollway Authority, preparing young adults adults for opportunities in construction, manufacturing, and innovation was the goal of that event. And we thank Dr. Sobek for hosting us there that day. As you can see, keeping our people and our young people, providing futures for them of solid employment is a key function of this community and something that we all need to be focused on going forward. So Aurora is proud to be at the lead of a new era, and I encourage you to take advantage of having something so, pardon the pun, fabulous as the Fab Lab here in Aurora for the next 3 days. Enjoy it, if you will. And let's get in there, create, innovate, motivate, and succeed. Thank you very much.
Good morning. Thank you, Mayor Weisner, for those nice comments about the STEM school and Sci-Tech. On behalf of Aurora University, it is exciting to be a part of history as the community of Aurora again finds itself leading the nation in providing its youth an opportunity to learn science, technology, engineering, and mathematics principles by working on projects that are real and exciting within this mobile Fab Lab. Applying engineering, the content that brings math and science together, becomes thrilling to students if it can be seen, touched, and manipulated through creating and designing. The tinkering that children did years ago that sparked imagination will come alive through time spent in the mobile Fab Lab, housed at Aurora's own hands-on museum under the direction of Arlene Hawks. This laboratory on wheels brings learning to the student and demonstrates how providing an opportunity such as this adds value to educational practice and ultimately improves student achievement in science and mathematics. Again, I'm honored to represent Aurora University in thanking Congressman Foster and Mayor Weisner for their dedication to students within their jurisdiction, learning the importance of engineering principles. It is opportunities like this that will build a skilled workforce and an informed citizenry. In addition, I want to thank Sci-Tech for their tremendous role throughout the years for bringing science to the lives of students in Aurora. It is now my honor to introduce Dr. Christine Sobek, President of Waubonsee Community College. Dr. Sobek is a professional colleague, a strong advocate for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, P20, and she's also my respected friend. Dr. Sobek.
Good morning to you all also. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here to represent Waubonsee Community College and to again welcome the Fab Lab to downtown Aurora. As you may recall, we had the pleasure of hosting the Fab Lab back in September of 2010, which feels like a very long time ago because it was at our former campus. So you know how much downtown has changed as we've been in our new campus almost 2 years now. And since that time, we have been working with many partners across the state and locally to continue to attract resources and funds necessary to establish a Fab Lab at our Aurora campus. We were excited with the partnerships that began with the Massachusetts Institute of Technology Center for Bits and Atoms Mobile Fabrication Lab, the official name, or the Fab Lab. And we had a wonderful opportunity back in 2010 to actually meet with representatives not only from MIT, but also from University of Illinois and the Science Museum of Science and Industry, as they also had experienced this endeavor. We too agree that a Fab Lab would be a wonderful resource to assist inventors, entrepreneurs, and others to create or fabricate prototypes for new products. We believe a Fab Lab would boost our local economy. In addition, it would provide new and unique opportunities. And to me, this is the exciting piece, the collaborative opportunities among students, among faculty, among staff, among community members, and really all ages would be able to enjoy the opportunities of the Fab Lab. We too are committed to increasing the skill set and educational opportunities in science, technology, engineering, and math. And again, our piece of it is looking at skilled workforce needs and what this could bring to our local economy. We're delighted that Sci-Tech had the opportunity to be the host site this time around in Aurora. We think the Aurora Public Library and our school districts and all of our community partners have a wonderful opportunity to come together to celebrate the potential of creativity in our community. So thank you, Congressman Foster. We were pleased, as mentioned earlier, to host an opportunity to meet with him to talk about the national legislation which has been proposed to create a national network. Of course, Mayor Weisner has been a strong proponent of this since the early days, and we love our new partnerships. As a matter of fact, 2 weeks ago, we were just here touring Sci-Tech and looking at what those possibilities might be for greater collaboration with Waubonsee Community College. So I think our community excels at working together, and I'm excited to see about the possibilities that will spring from today's event. So thank you all for inviting us, and we look forward to a great morning and a great several days with the Fab Lab. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Steve Case, and I'm a local manufacturer. My business is at the corner of Illinois and Highland. I have a question for you. Is this place not cool? Is that Fab Lab not cool? Yeah. When I was in the Fab Lab, the gentleman inside was showing me the different equipment. He said, well, you know, this is more sort of state-of-the-art 6 months ago. He said, but this is really cool. And it made me aware of the fact that whole perceived attraction, or not, between our educated students and our employers has been, in the past, a source of great opportunity, had a rough time in the last decade, and this is really an opportunity for us to kind of lead out. In 1999, I was the chairman of the Valley Industrial Association, and it was by far the best year in American manufacturing history. Unemployment was something like 2.3%. Manufacturers couldn't, you know, were struggling to find the technology they needed. But in the decade that we recently completed, there was a cooling off. It was uncool in many respects. What had existed in this city for well over 100 years, which was that it is a manufacturing common. And what that means is it's got great education, it's got suppliers, it's got manufacturers, it's got political leadership that believes in all this. You know, during that cooling off period that wasn't so cool, everyone was really wondering how it would work. To me, this is a perfect example of how you get students and their fascination with virtual space connected to education and computer-aided design and manufacturing. And we're on the other end of it saying, you know, we're cool too, we even have jobs, but our jobs don't sell unless they're cool. And again, I want to thank our congressman and our mayor and our educational leaders for pulling together for the common good. Commonly, people are criticizing politicians for not understanding that it's not politics we're pursuing, but the common good. I think it's clear that this group understands the industrial common and understands that this is a part of a better life for everyone.
Thank you, Steve, and thank you for being one of Aurora's great manufacturers who has toughed it out during the cooling off period. And because we're really going to be seeing a rebirth of modern manufacturing. You know, I too spent longer than I was supposed to messing around in the Fab Lab out there. And I was thinking, we're standing here, it's been a little more than 60 years since the first MIT engineer connected a computer to a numerically controlled machine tool. And so at the time, the computers were, you know, the size of a room, and the machine tools were half the size of a room. And the whole thing cost more than you even want to think about, and was incredibly clunky to program. Then during my years at Fab Lab, often my first stop was not to some conference room where we were going to have a meeting, but to the machine shop, where I would look at the part that was being built for some technical system at Fab Lab. And when the parts got too complicated for the people who operated the machine shop, they would ask me to go do the numerically controlled program for this. And so I write pages of Fortran code to tell you how I am to actually build these parts. And I was out talking to the technical people in the mobile Fab Lab, and they described how far things have gone. They described how you can just take out your cell phone now. If I want to have a model of this microphone, you can take out your cell phone and just take a movie of it and take pictures of it from all different angles, and then upload that video to the cloud computing, where they will, thousands of processors will think very hard about that video and come up with a three-dimensional model of what is in here. You can then download that, press the print button, and have it printed on those machines, and you'll get something the same shape with many of the mechanical characteristics of any object. And so that is, to someone who grew up, handwriting little tiny pieces of code to make the machine tools work, that's like magic. And you also see the magic of something like this. This is something that is molten plastic that gets turned into something really neat here. Let's see. Who's here? All right.
There you go.
All right. So you can pass it around. But that is the sort of thing you can do with rigid plastic. You get something that's wonderful and flexible with a really complicated design. And you can then, kids can see that, and you can see their eyes light up. And they imagine other things that they could do by taking ideas and making them real and holding them in your hand. Because that's something that's really missing with kids today. That when I was a kid, and I think when most of us were kids, at least the guys, you tear apart lawnmower engines, you tear apart all sorts of old television sets and make really dangerous new constructions out of the parts in them. And it's not like that anymore. If you try to take apart a cell phone, you can rip it apart and there's nothing you learn from it. Nothing, you can't put it together and make something new and wonderful. But with the new technologies, the technologies that are out there, kids can have a bright idea. They can go to any computer terminal, they can design the part with free software, and then they can go and have the satisfaction of seeing it build and holding it in their hand. And that is a very empowering thing to a kid. And so much, when you work, so much is out of your control. And when to be able to design something and build it and affect the physical universe is something that's magic. I think it's a program deep inside our DNA to build stuff to change the world. And providing the latest technology to let kids see what the future of manufacturing is one of the things I feel great about this. So I just want to thank Arlene, Tom Weiser, Sherry Eagle, Christine Zobek, Steve Case, and everyone involved in Sci-Tech and the whole STEM constellation that's growing around Aurora, because this is the way of the future, and I thank you all. Now, every one of you has to sign up to go get some playtime out in that. Thanks so much.
This has been such an amazing honor to have all these fabulous people here in our center. And I'd like to also say hello to King County board members that are here today, Jennifer Lash and Teresa Barrero. So thank you so much for coming. I don't know where you are, but we can say yay. Yay, there you are. Thank you. Now, I truly am not making this up, but Mr. Albert Einstein says, more important than the knowledge is the imagination and the creativity. And that's what we are trying to give to the world today. That Fab Lab out there is anything you can imagine can happen. And we are amazingly excited that it's here. 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And at that time, our center will be open half price to everyone, and we're pretty reasonable to begin with, but I'd like to get as many people as we can inside the door. And because I didn't want to do free, Mr. Mayor, because we've got to pay the bills, I thought half price would be good. Now, behind me is the world. And every day I come on this floor and I watch the children put their hands to raise the world up high. These people behind me are the movers and the shakers of this world here in Aurora and beyond. And I'd like to get a photo op bringing that world up, if you wouldn't mind. So we're going to do that photo op right now, behind the world. It's just my little creative thing. I'm looking at it going, these are the best people to have on that world. And then I can put that in my office. So we're going to go around now. Thank you, all of you. Please do go and play and imagine and create and come back and support every science center across this country. And believe me, there are many, 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 many. And enjoy yourself. Thank you so much for the honor of being here.